Hey guys, stay to the end of this video to see how to win this OnePlus Buds Z. What is up guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Dr. Hummus Tech, and today we have here the Black Shark 4 phone. This of course is the gaming phone from Xiaomi, and this is of course the second gaming phone we have had on this channel here in 2021. We already had the Asus ROG 5 phone, and that phone has already set up the standards of what I expect a gaming phone should be. So today we're going to check out the key specs and features of this Black Shark 4 phone. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So this is it. This is the Black Shark 4 phone in all of its glory, and I gotta say it looks and feels really good in hand. It is a pretty heavy phone over here, coming in at about 200 plus grams, and it's maybe because of the 4500 mAh battery you can find over here. It is a dual battery setup because it can support up to 120 watts of charging. Right off the box over here, they do give you a 67 watts charger over here, which can basically charge up your phone from 0 all the way to 100% in just over half an hour. But of course, if you want to go full mode, full beast mode over here, you can support up to 120 Hz, which means you can actually charge up your phone from 0 all the way to 100% in just over 15 minutes. So you can actually basically go to your toilet, take a dump, come out, and your phone is fully charged up. So that is just super insane. And in terms of the build and design of this phone, I gotta say it looks and feels really good in hand. Over here, I'm not too sure if it's a plastic or a glass, so I'm just gonna call it a glasstic. And of course, you do have your triple camera setup over here. And yes, one thing that is missing on this phone is the LED backlight, which you can find on the Asus ROG 5 phone. Because come on man, this is a gaming phone, it should have a LED backlight over here. This is like kind of standard if you want to buy a gaming phone, but it actually looks and feels pretty good. Over here you do have that kind of X-Men logo over here, which does have that kind of X over here on the center, and of course if you do move it around, it kind of moves a little bit, so you know that's the best they can do over here. And of course, going on to the side over here, you do have your volume rockers, which is quite easy to reach, and you do have your power button over here, which also acts as your fingerprint scanner. Over here you can see it's just super fast, and it's pretty standard nowadays with most Xiaomi phones in 2021. And the main thing over here, yes, is the master triggers. So as you can see, if I pop this up open, hear that sound. It's really cool, and of course you can customize the sound in the settings. And over here you can actually change the settings you want. So if I just click on this, it will go on to some screenshot. If I click on this, it will go to one-handed mode. You can customize as well in the settings. You can actually change this in the settings, but there isn't too many options over there. I do wish in future updates that they will kind of update this and just kind of add more features to the master triggers over here. So what I have to say about the triggers over here is actually more comfortable and more enjoyable to use compared to the ultrasonic you can find on the Asus ROG 5, because you can actually click on this and kind of give you that kind of feedback, the haptic feedback, and of course you can just like hide it over here. That sound animation sounds really cool still. And I gotta say the master triggers over here is actually nicer compared to the Asus ROG 5 phone. Next, we're going to talk about the key specs and features of this phone. So now let's talk about the display of this phone, and this one over here does come with a huge 6.67 inch AMOLED display which can support up to HDR10+. The peak brightness of this can go up to 1300 nits, which is really good for a flagship phone like this. And one of the major features about this display is of course the 144Hz refresh rate. This is of course the highest refresh rate you can find on any other Android phones out there. This is the same level as your Asus ROG 5 phone. So yes, moving around this phone is very fast, it's very fluid, but one thing I gotta show you is here is the display, and what I feel about this is not the highest end AMOLED display, although it does support HDR10+. It's not the same level as your Mi 11 Ultras, your S21 Ultras. I gotta say it's very similar to your phones like the Poco F3. It's in between a very high-end LCD display, and of course in between the S21 Ultras and the Mi 11 Ultras. So over here I have the Black Shark 4, this is the OnePlus 9 Pro and the Poco F3. So if I just play some content over here, I gotta say that the quality is very similar on both of these two phones. It's very good, it's very bright, colors are really good. But of course, if you compare with a flagship phone over here like the OnePlus 9 Pro, the OnePlus 9 Pro does look a bit more high quality compared to the other two phones. It does look a bit sharper, the colors do look a bit nicer on the OnePlus 9 Pro. But overall, what I have to say is that the AMOLED display over here and also the Poco F3 are really good. The next thing here that we're going to check out are the speakers on this phone, and over here you do have a stereo speaker setup, and also you do have your audio jack to minimize any latency when it comes to gaming. You do have one on the top and also on the bottom. So I'm going to play some clip over here. Alright, it does sound really good. Okay, so what I gotta say is that yes, bass is really good, clarity is really nice, and in terms of the speaker, the volume as well is really good as well. So I gotta say, in terms of the stereo speaker over here, when it comes to gaming, it's a very good set of speakers. So now we're going to talk about the internal specs of this phone, and this one over here does come with your Snapdragon 870, so when it comes to gaming, it is really good, and it also does have your 5G support. In terms of the RAM, you can either get the 6, 8 or 12 gigs RAM, and depending on where you're from, you can either get the 128 or 256 gigs of UFS 3.1 storage. So yes, we're going to test out some gaming over here, and we're going to play with the air triggers. So one more thing that I forgot are the cases of this phone, and over here you do have a plastic case right off the box. Yeah, it's alright, I would say. It doesn't give you that a lot of protection, as you can see over here on the sides. And yeah, if you do drop this, it kind of it'll kind of ruin it, and it's not that kind of silicone, so in terms of the shock absorbent, you're not going to get much. I do have another case over here. It's the front case that I bought separately, and over here if you do have the Black Shark fan cooler over here, it kind of helps in the dissipating of the heat. Again, this one doesn't have your protection over here on the sides, but I gotta say it looks much cooler compared to the standard case you're gonna find over here. And of course you do have your cooling pad, and it does have that matte black kind of feel, and I gotta say it looks and feels really good in hand. So yes, the last thing we'll talk about over here are the cameras, and over on the top here you do have a 20 megapixel selfie shooter, and moving on to the back you do have a 48 megapixel main lens, an 8 megapixel ultra wide, and a 5 megapixel macro shooter. So I'm going to take some shots over here. Alright, so let's check out some shots over here, and to be honest, yes, I'm wearing a singlet because it's super freaking hot here in Malaysia. And I gotta say, the selfie shots over here are really good, very sharp, very detailed image, and a lot of sharpness, I gotta say. And going on to the telephoto over here, again, it looks really good. A bit of grain, which is something you're gonna accept, but I gotta say, the shots over here looks really good. Macro as well, really good details and sharpness as well. Colors are really looking good as well. Going on to the main lens, yes, it does look really sharp, and I gotta say, I am pretty impressed with the cameras. And this is the ultra wide, a little bit soft and a bit of out of focus, but overall quite a decent amount of shots. So yes, I would say this camera over here is more of a B+ grade. So yes, that is it. This is the unboxing and the first look of the Black Shark 4 phone. What I gotta say is I'm pretty impressed with this phone, and of course do follow me on my channel for more videos with this phone. If you guys did find this video helpful and you did enjoy this, do click the like and smash that subscribe button down below for more videos like this in the future. Do also follow me on my social as well, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and also here on YouTube at Dr. Hammerstack. So that is it. This is Dr. Hammerstack. Stay safe, take care, and wash those hands. Thank you for staying all the way to the end of this video. And yes, I'm doing my first ever giveaway here on this this channel, and I'm giving away this OnePlus Bud C. This thing is only open to anyone here living in Malaysia, so what you need to do is very simple. Click the like and subscribe button down below. Also do follow me on my Facebook and Instagram at Dr. Hamid Stank, and lastly, leave a comment down below on which is your favorite phone brand. I'll leave all the other terms and conditions in the description down below, so I'll catch you guys in the next one.